If you're a millennial anime fan like myself, you'll definitely know this song, this dance, and this girl. This is Haruhi Suzimiya. She's easily one of the most iconic anime characters in the last decade, and is responsible for creating a phenomenon that is still remembered by anime fans to this day. The melancholy of Haruhi Suzimiya is hard to properly define, but if I had to, it is a sci-fi, slice-of-life, adventure, mystery, harem, comedy anime that is so hard to define that it was the main selling point for me as an anime fan in the early 2010s. And I think it's one of the biggest reasons why it was so popular for many years during that era of anime, where the dominant genre was the moe slice of life, where it was just cute girls doing cute things. And while there's nothing wrong with that, I think anime fans wanted something different. And boy, did they get something different. Although, a certain mecha anime around that time might have something to say about that. Haruhi started out as a light novel in 2003, where it's about an incredibly eccentric Japanese schoolgirl getting to crazy antics with her club. The Japanese readers clearly loved it because it was an award-winning novel that got a manga adaptation in 2004, and an anime adaptation in 2006. Haruhi's rise went international in late 2006 when it was announced that there was a licensing agreement that there will be a dub of the anime. A massive campaign to promote the English release started on MySpace, which became one of the most viewed websites within a 24-hour period. The hype for it was real. In 2007, the Japanese voice actresses for the three main characters came to Anime Expo to help promote the dub. This caused ticket sales to AX to explode to the point where they actually had to cut down the number of tickets that could be sold. The anime was produced by Kyoto Animations, and I don't think I need to say much about how amazing their animation quality is. For an anime that was DVD quality, that usually capped at 480p, looked amazing for the time, and it showed how much love and care KyoAni gave this anime. And with a recent rewatch for this video on my DVDs, I think it holds up surprisingly well. And as silly as it sounds, this single frame made me fall in love with the series. For me at the time, I've never seen anything like this in anime. I thought it was unique and was fascinated by how real it looked. Seeing the shadowing and the creases on her mouth as she was seeing her heart out, this frame is always the first that comes to mind when Haruhi is mentioned. It sounds silly, but I want to share this with you guys. The anime itself was unique. The anime was broadcast out of order, and that was by design. You can watch it in broadcast order, or known as Kion order, by fans because he was the narrator who did the episode previews. The correct chronological order is the Haruhi order. However, the Season 1 DVD release puts Episode 11 as Episode 1, but otherwise it goes by Haruhi order. Confused yet? Well, with the release of Season 2 and the Japanese rebroadcast in 2009, it was shown in chronological order, but the episodes from Season 2 spliced in it because it was still technically in chronological order. So why was it broadcast this way? Well, I can't find an official explanation, but I believe it's to show Haruhi's omnipotence and ability to manipulate reality, including ours. Yes, Haruhi has reality warping powers. She's a goddess for those that don't know. Sorry to spoil it, but hey, now that you know, and speaking of her ability to manipulate reality, let's talk about... What is the anime about? Honestly, it's difficult to explain, and I wasn't kidding when I said it's hard to put into a genre. But I suppose sci-fi is the most appropriate, seeing how the main cast of characters is consistent of an alien, a time traveler, Esper, a normal guy, and, oh yeah, a goddess. In short, Haruhi is a girl who can manipulate reality, but she isn't aware of it. Kion, our leading man and audience surrogate, gets roped into her antics, and Haruhi herself attracts the attention of the aforementioned alien, time traveler, and Espers. All of them become the SOS Brigade, or if you want to be that guy, the spreading excitement all over the world was Haruhi Suzimiya Brigade. They are beings that she so desperately wants to meet because she thinks life would be pretty interesting if they were real. She isn't aware of her abilities, but her friends are. They work together to make sure she is in good spirits, or it would be the literal end of the universe and life itself if she were to get angry. She can manipulate things to happen, even if she isn't aware of it. A good portion of the anime revolves around this. For example, In an episode where Haruhi and her brigade travels to an island where they were unknowingly participating in a murder mystery, this happened because she made an offhand comment on how the island itself is a perfect setting for a murder mystery. While Haruhi herself doesn't actually want to see her friends or loved ones get hurt, she was manipulated into thinking the staff was putting on a show for the brigade during their vacation. These two episodes did a great job of showing off how her abilities work, and gave you an idea on how far her friends go to prevent bad things from happening. Also, I enjoyed how many references it had, especially the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney references. Haruhi's abilities are the reason why her cultural impact on the anime community and internet culture was long-lasting. Her popularity spread alongside the growth of the modern internet. And what I consider to be the modern internet is the rise of social media sites, video sharing sites, and internet memes. On YouTube, or Nico Nico Donga for Asian internet users, there's a very good chance that you have come across the Hare Hare Yukai dance, possibly one of the most famous anime memes of all time. You had people from all walks of life doing it, from voice actors, cosplayers, random people, and even prison inmates. You can see the Hare Hare Yukai dance in other anime, specifically in Lucky Star, where the Japanese voice actress Ai Hirano voices Haruhi and Konata, one of the lead characters. The most recent reference to the Hare Hare Yukai dance that I can recall was in Overwatch, where it is a emote for Mei. Surprised it hasn't made to Fortnite yet, but I think it's just a matter of time. Just this year, Haruhi had a crossover with Higurashi in a mobile game, and who knows, it's possible she'll be still popular to this day. The Haruhi light novels are still republished and sold at bookstores. Every time I step into a Barnes & Nobles, I see the light novels and manga still there alongside modern titles. We can talk about the current big three or whatever is popular at the moment, but having your pulp reprinted for this long is an impressive feat. Over 20 million copies of the light novel have been sold according to a 2017 report. And in 2020, after a 9-year-long hiatus, Haruhi creator Nagaru Tanagawa put out the latest volume of the light novel, The Intuition of Haruhi Suzimiya. This was a very exciting for English readers, as it was the first light novel in the franchise to be released in both Japanese and English. Needless to say, English-speaking fans were happy to have this and not have to wait for an official translation. The manga itself is still reprinted as well, even though it officially ended in 2018, after an 11-year run. Thankfully, it wasn't endless, like many. Spinoffs were created due to the popularity of the franchise. Haruhi's friend, Tsuruya, has her own spinoff, Nyanon Churyu-san, where the popular side character is placed in comical situations and wondering about her favorite snack, smoked cheese. She was very popular, especially amongst the Japanese fanbase at the time. The Melancholy of Haruhi-chan Suzimiya, another spinoff based on the manga, which has a more comedic take on the story. It was also available for free to watch on YouTube for a limited time when it was released in 2009. And the most important spinoff is The Disappearance of Yuki Nagato, which takes place in an alternate universe that was taking place in the Haruhi movie, The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzimiya, where it got its name from. In this spinoff, the lead character Yuki is trying to maintaining a cult-like following to this day. Haruhi fans are still worshipping her. The r/Haruhi subreddit is very active with old and new fans posting fan art, memes, and discussing the anime and novels. It's good to see Haruhiism still practiced to this day. One of the threads I see every once in a while is if there will be a season 3, and if there's enough materials for a third season they can pull from the novels. And I think there's enough for it, especially since there's a new novel that was released just 2 years ago. Also, KyoAni is giving Sound Euphonium a third season in 2024, and Haruhi has been appearing in mobile games. Hello, Editing Me here. In late September, they announced that a new volume of the light novel is coming, and as well as a concert. So, hey, that's something to look forward to. And if I had to guess why, it could be used as a way to see if people are still interested in Haruhi. It has been a little over 8 years since the events of Endless 8 happened. This has to be the most controversial thing to have happened to the anime. For those that know and have experienced it when it first broadcast, this will either invoke a positive or a negative reaction. And for those that don't know, here's a very brief summary. The Endless 8 arc were 8 episodes that were essentially the same episodes 8 times, with the last episode being the one that ends differently. The differences in each episode are slightly different, framed in different angles, and the characters wearing different clothes. Behind the scenes, however, the English voice actors have confirmed that they really did redub each episode 8 times and didn't just reuse the voices. So what was the point? It was to show that Haruhi herself was in control of our real-world broadcast, and she unknowingly created a time loop because she essentially didn't want to stop spending time with her friends over summer break. The loop was broken after Kyon told Haruhi they still need to do their summer homework, and this was something that they could do together as the SOS Brigade. While we, the anime watchers, experienced the loop for 8 episodes. In the anime canon, loop happened for 15,532 times, and a certain alien had been keeping track of that loop. Could this arc be shortened? Maybe, but it wouldn't have been as impactful. And this is a hot take, but I doubt anime studios will do anything like this again. This is only possible because of Haruhi. And what were the consequences for creating the loop? Well, we got the disappearance of Haruhi Suzimiya, which was released in 2010. Without going into great detail, the movie takes place after the anime. Our leading man Kyon finds Haruhi has disappeared and his SOS Brigade clubmates don't know who he is. He tries to fix a problem, to go back to how things were, to go back to his original timeline. He goes back 3 years before the start of the anime, and for those that watch the anime, you see a lot of Easter eggs and even have a greater context and understanding of things that happened in the anime. But in short, all this was caused from Yuki Nagato, who, in an overly simplified explanation, ran into a lot of errors in her programming and just wanted to live a normal life. Kyon believes this was caused from being stressed out from monitoring Haruhi and protecting him from all the supernatural things that happened. Yuki's spin-off, The Disappearance of Yuki Nagato, is about what her life was like in the alternate timeline. But in terms of the canon within the Haruhi anime, the movie is the last thing we receive. The spin-off were nice and cute, but I think most Haruhi fans would rather see a possible 3rd season if given the choice. And I believe there's enough materials for the novels to warrant one. I'd love to see a 3rd season, as do many devout followers of Haruhi, but what does the future hold for Haruhi? Well, only God knows. A very special thank you to ShadowbaneArts for the amazing thumbnail that they did. It's honestly one of the best thumbnails I've ever had commissioned. And also a very, very special thank you to the r/Haruhi community on Reddit. It makes a old millennial anime fan like myself happy to see this anime still being talked about and shown a lot of love to this day. Also, if you liked this video and thought it was entertaining, or just kind of gave you a bit of nostalgia, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. It would help me out a lot, and hey, thanks. See you again in the Idle Room.